Let's start today's discussion with promotion. It is one of the important marketing mix element. If you could remember, the promotion is a part of marketing mix. Broadly, it is also known as integrated marketing communication. In short, it is IMC, which is defined as a marketing mix element used to inform, persuade, and remind customers about an organization or its product and services. So IMC is a broader concept, and because of the modern technology which are available nowadays, instead of promotion, we are using the term integrated marketing communication, where we are trying to integrate all the communication channel, different promotion tools we will talk about. So keep in mind, integrated marketing communication, the IMC is defined as a marketing mix element used to inform, persuade, or remind the customer about the organization or their product, goods or services. A small recap, what we understood in the week 6, that was all about placement, another marketing mix element. So we understood the importance of supply chain and the role of value chain and supply chain in the value delivery network or value delivery process. Then we understood different marketing logistics functions, which includes warehousing, inventory management, or information management. And finally, we have seen the different levels of distribution channel, level 1, level 2, and level 3, the role of intermediaries. So that we have covered in the last week 6. So today's session is all about IMC, integrated marketing communication. So what are the three broad objectives, like learning objectives? So we'll start with understanding our the concept of IMC itself. And we'll see that how the communication landscape is changing. The learning objective second, we have an emphasis on the promotion tools, promotion mix tools. So broadly, we have 5 promotion mix tools. So we will see the advantage and disadvantage, positive and negative of each communication channel, right? The third objective will be, we'll have a small more discussion on the media options in terms of the different marketing communication tools. So keep all these 3 broad learning objectives in mind. So we'll start now with the IMC, integrated marketing communication. And before that, it is important to understand how the communication landscape is changing nowadays. What are the factors which are responsible? So we can say that, or one could say that the consumers are changing their taste, their interest, their values, their interest and their perception about product and services, their utilization, means their demand, everything is changing. So the consumers are changing. Broadly, we can say that nowadays the consumers are better informed. So you can find the information as quick as possible, and you'll try to compare the different marketing products which are available in the market. So you are, as a customer, they are better informed now. Excuse me. Can you put your mic off? Just let me see if I can do that. There is some background noise. Okay. So I was talking about nowadays the consumers are better informed. The marketing strategies are changing. You know, the old days where And the form they were using the mass marketing, but nowadays they talk about segment marketing or even the niche marketing, individualized one-to-one marketing. So the marketing strategies are changing, and because the communication technology is changing. Previously it was started from analog communication. Now we have a kind of digital platform, digital communication, digital technologies, which helps in enhancing the capability of the communication channel. So overall, the communication landscape is changing, and that's why the importance of integrated marketing communication is very, very high. So how one can define, means why IMC is important. As I said, one could define IMC in terms of uh, broadly in terms of a marketing mix element, which is used to inform, persuade, or remind customer about the organization or about the organization or their products and services. So why IMC is important? Because IMC helps the IMC helps in carefully integrating and coordinating many communication channels to deliver a clear, consistent, and compelling message about the organization and its product. So that's why the concept of IMC is important. It integrates and coordinates all the communication channel across every business activity in the value chain. And the organization of IMC, if I talk about, if organization of IMC program, it should consist of a specific blend of the communication elements that meets the organization objectives effectively. Or we will talk about in the next slide the different broad objectives, 6 broad objectives of IMC. But broadly, it is used to inform, persuade, or remind consumer about the company or their products. We have some example of some of the advertisement related to how they are informing, they are proceeding, and they are reminding the consumer. But before that, it's better to understand the broad objectives of IMC. As I said, there are 6 broad objectives. So the primary objective of IMC, integrated marketing communication, is to create awareness about the company's product and services, goods, services, ideas, everything. So it's all about creating awareness. That is the primary objective of IMC. The second one is the brand loyalty. So why brand loyalty is important? Because it leads to the repeated purchasing, right? So through the communication technique, through the different communication techniques, you can improve your brand loyalty. The perception about your brand will, that is the brand image. So again, using the IMC technology or technique, you can enhance your brand image, that how customer they perceive about your brand or about your offerings in terms of product leadership or technology or design, whatever attributes you have. IMC also helps us helps firm to increase their, to expand their market. So using the IMC technique, it can be used to expand the market, maybe from local to regional, regional to national, or national to global. So marketers can play around the IMC in order to expand their market. The persuasion is very important. If competitors, think about a competitors, if they are also offering the similar sort of product, you can persuade through the IMC technique, you can persuade the customer and you can suggest them that your offering is superior than your competitors offering. So you can persuade them in as per your expectation, as per your desire, objective. And finally, one of the objective of IMC is to educate customer, maybe in terms of uses of product, or maybe the handling. Sometimes it requires after sales services related training. So IMC is also used for educating the customer. So We have three small advertisement videos. So let's see and try to understand how they inform, they persuade, and how they remind or reinforce the consumer regarding the product and services. So I'll go through this one small videos one by one.
Andrew, why did you try Dairy Farmers Heart Active?
I'm not big on diets, but Dairy Farmers Heart Active was perfect for me. It helps lower the cholesterol. It's low on fat. For someone like me, a little bit fussy with what I eat, just tastes fantastic. That's what you expect from dairy farmers who make award-winning milk.
I can use Heart Active in his coffee, in his cereal. Andrew hasn't noticed a change at all.
2 to 3 servings each day of Heart Active can reduce cholesterol by up to 15% in just 3 weeks. If we knew it was this easy, would have made the switch years ago.
So this was regarding the informing. We have seen that how the company is trying to inform. Second one is real insurance. This is persuading, changing their attitude, behavior, or towards buying the product and services. So this commercial ad is regarding the persuading.
I'm not average.
I don't have 2.5 kids.
I don't live in the average house.
Have the same car.
Or drive like everyone else.
I'm not a statistic or just a number.
I'm a real person with a real home.
And a real car.
That's why I'm with Real Insurance. They ask the right questions.
And get to know the real me.
So my insurance fits me.
That's how I save $300.
$250. Over $200 a year.
Call 13 19 48 for a quote. Real Insurance, real service, real savings.
So we have seen that how difficult it is to sell the insurance or insurance sort of product. So you need to, the sales executive needs to persuade more effectively so that they can turn the prospect into the customer. So we have seen that IMC is used. This is the advertisement, one of the tool of IMC. So IMC as a broad, this technique has been used to persuade the customer. And third one is about the reinforcement about some ideas. So this video which I'm going to play is about the reinforcement.
Everybody knows that the days are loaded. Everybody rolls with their fingers crossed. Everybody knows the war is over. Everybody knows the good guys lost. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. That's how it goes. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Everybody. That's how it goes. Everybody knows.
So we have seen just now, we watched 3 videos. So the first one was regarding informing the customer regarding the healthcare product. We have seen what nutrition, what protein, and what other elements are required for a human body in order to remain healthy and all. So we have seen that ad was more about informing the customer, right? The second one, which we have seen, the insurance one, real insurance, they were trying to persuade the customers so that they can buy the product ultimately. And the third video, which we saw, that they were reinforcing some good at reinforcing not to use the smoking. So they were trying to change the attitude or the behavior of the customer. So anti-smoking ad. So what is the objective of today's class is all about understanding the importance of IMC, integrated marketing communication, and advertising is one of the two. We have 5 major promotion tools. We'll see that one by one. We'll go in details. Idea is to understand the positive and negative, the weak and strong part of each communication channel. So we'll talk about all those communication channels in the second half, but we'll continue here. So we have seen the broad objective of IMC. So creating the awareness, loyalty, enhancing the brand image, more market expansion, persuasion, and educating the customer. Hope this is clear till now. Let me ask you. Is everything clear till now? You can speak now.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt, or if you would like to add anything else? Otherwise, I will proceed further. Okay, I have seen one of the comment. Whoever spoke, you may think again. So it's all about, yes, reinforcement of good ideas. Yeah, the positive vibes. All good. Okay, and still I can see very few has put mark their attendance over here in the chat box. Keep doing whenever you have time. It's only once in every class. Okay, I will move further. So we'll talk about these 5 major promotional tools. It is also known as the promotional marketing mix tools: advertising, sales promotion, personal selling, public relation, and direct marketing. These are the 5 broad IMC tools or IMC techniques. Whenever I talk about the technique of IMC or IMC techniques, probably I would be talking about advertising, or maybe the promotion, personal selling, public relation, or direct marketing. So it's just a small understanding regarding all these promotion tools. What is advertising? Any paid form of non-personal presentation or the promotion of ideas. So important is any paid form of non-personal presentation or ideas. It's a kind of mass communication. It's not one-to-one. It's non-personal presentation, right? So you see any of the advertising on television or it's a kind of mass communication of the ideas, goods or services or offerings or unique value propositions of your brand, of your product and services, whatever. So it's a kind of paid form of non-personal communication. That is advertising. The second one is direct marketing or online. Another name is online marketing. If you wanted to create immediate sales or immediate response, what you will do, you will select a small segment of people or prospect, and you will communicate them over the internet through sending the catalog. So it's a kind of start a relationship to bring about the sales of series of transaction. So it's a kind of immediate sales. If that is the motive, then you will try to go through this direct marketing, because it's easy to see that who is responding, who is buying, who is not. So you will be able to track it properly if you are involved in the direct marketing. We'll see all these 5 communication tools, promotion tools in detail, but I'm just trying to give a small understanding regarding all these 5 tools. The third one is public relation in the form of new stories, features or events, and mostly it can be seen in terms of news rather than sales oriented activities. So the firms, they do some sort of public relation activities. Idea is to communicate what the good things they are doing to the company, and what good thing they are doing for the environment, for the stakeholder of stakeholder, complete stakeholder. So it's not only the shareholders perspective they try to share or communicate. It's all the stakeholders of the firm, and the stakeholders could be direct or indirect stakeholders, right? The primary stakeholders or the secondary stakeholders. The primary stakeholders are mostly your investor, your board of executive, all the employees. So those are the direct stakeholders, but indirect stakeholders related to the government, related to the society members. So you try to build, showcase your brand image through the public relation or some activities or event. So that is about the public relation. The fourth one is sales promotion activities. Again, a range of incentives aimed to promote an immediate sale. So why a company wanted to have a kind of some sort of discount coupon? Because idea is to aim to have a kind of immediate sale. So that is some sales promotion activities. So it may take many forms, we'll see that. And the fifth one is personal selling. So the personal selling is a two-way personal communication between the salesperson and customer. So out of these five, you see that mostly the personal selling where the two-way communication happens. In other cases, it's a kind of mostly like one way. But in the personal selling, you're trying to persuade face to face, you're trying to negotiate on the customer will try to negotiate on the pricing. They might suggest you to improve some of the designs, improve some of the features, add more features. Maybe they can quote for some better quality of the materials and all. So the personal selling is like mostly high-end product or the high-end complex products and all. In the products which are in that nature, the personal selling is like more like valid technique of the IMC. So keep this in mind, the five major promotional tools. So we'll see all one by one. So these are the part of IMC. So before we move to the all the five major promotional tools, try to understand what are the steps which are involved in developing the IMC, effective marketing communication. So there are 5 steps which are involved in formulating the strategy related to IMC, integrated marketing communication. It starts with identifying the target audience or the segment which you are targeting, because you need to cater those masses, those communication you need to communicate to that particular segment. You can't come up with one sort of message or one sort of communication in order to cater the whole mass market. No, you need to be very specific. So you need to identify first who are the target segment, and then accordingly you will accordingly you will set the second stage is you will set the communication objectives, you will design the message, you will choose the right media, and finally who will deliver that message. That is the selecting the message source. Is that a kind of cricketer? Is that the kind of celebrity, or it is a health concern provider or the doctor? So you need to find out who will deliver that message. So I will go through quickly. I will go through all these 5 steps, starting with the identifying the right audience. So in the step 1, what are the key questions we are trying to answer while talking about the identifying the right segment or the right market? The questions you need to answer are related to what will be said, how it will be said, when it will be said, where it will be said, and who will say it. So regarding like trying to understand the nature, some of the characteristics based on these 5 factors, you are trying to understand who are what are the nature or the characteristics or the lifestyles or the perception, attitude, behavior, belief of your target market or the segment target segment. So you're trying to identify, and once you identify your target segment, you will determine the communication. What is the communication objective? Why this objective is important? Because the ultimate game is to turn the prospect into the customer. So the marketers seek to purchase response. So what is the ultimate goal of objective? Setting the objective is to have a purchase response that results from the consumer decision-making process that involves the stages of buying, buyer's readiness. So the communication objective could be, there could be various objective. It could be an informative, reminder, reinforcement, and we'll see that. So, but ultimate ultimate goal of the objective is to convert your prospect into the customer. So once you identified the communication objective, then what you will do, you will design, you will craft a message according to your segment, target segment, and according to your objective, the firm objective or firm or company communication objective, you will craft the message. And this step is again very, very important, because lots of strategic issues are involved in while crafting or while designing the message. So ideally, the message should either turn into get the attention, hold interest of the consumer, arouse some sort of desire towards buying, or may involve in obtaining some of the action. Sometimes you are just advertising or communicating to the customer to just get some sort of feedback instead of buying. So it depending on your message or objective. So there is a very known model, which is in short known as AIDA model. So you know it is an acronym of attention, interest, desire, and action. So idea is your communication message has to turn into the either attention, interest, desire, or action of the consumer. Then message content has to be appealing for the desired response, for the desired outcome. So we have it could be a kind of rational appeal, it could be an emotional appeal, or it could be a moral appeal. We'll see that in the especially in the case of advertising, most of these factors are relevant. So we'll talk in detail with some example of what do you mean by rational, emotional, or moral. We'll cover this one with the example in the later slide. So keep in mind the drafting, the designing of message is very, very crucial, very, very important in the IMC. And once you design the message, what should be the next? Think about. Once you design the message, you will choose the right media. I mean to say right communication mix or right sort of promotion tools. We have seen 5 major promotion tools: sales, promotion, advertising, public relation, and 2 more. So which one, which media? Is it a personal communication are you going to choose, or is it a non-personal communication? So we have seen the advertising is a kind of non-personal communication. It's all about a mass communication. Whereas the personal communication is the face-to-face. We have seen one of the case. It was a personal selling where you go to the venue to the customer and you give a kind of presentation. You solve their issues, you resolve their issues, doubt and all, and then they try to negotiate. It's all about face-to-face communication. So first thing is, once you selected, you crafted your message, then you need to choose like which media, which promotion tool is appropriate. Is it a personal communication you wanted to go through, or it is a non-personal communication? So the personal communication involves between the 2 people communicating directly to each other. For example, face-to-face, phone, email, internet, chat, etc. But the personal communication is effective because it allows personal addressing and feedback. So 2-way communication means the idea is to get the transaction is like an idea is also to have a kind of relationship building in the face-to-face. But in the non-personal communication, the less chances of the relationship building. So non-personal communication is a media that carry messages without personal contact. So you don't have the like any possibility of getting the feedback if you are doing the non-personal communication. It includes some major medias like print media, broadcasting, online, or displaying. Sometimes it includes atmosphere, which is designed for some atmosphere or some environment has been designed in order to cater or reinforce the buyer's learning attitude towards buying a product. Or maybe in terms of events, we have discussed about a little bit the the public relation. It's sort of event, the press conference, press release, or exhibition, or the public tours that affect the buyers or the consumers directly. So you need to choose the right sort of media. Once you crafted the message, you will think about the media, and finally, who will communicate. So selecting the message source. So the message impact on the target audience is affected by how the audience view the communicator. Who is the communicator? Who is the communicator? We have seen in some of the videos, who is the communicator? Is it a celebrity? Is it an athlete? Is it a, you have seen in the case of Nike, you see the ad, most of the times the athletes, the prominent good athletes across the globe, they do the promotion activities. What about the, if you see some of the toothpaste and all, some of the healthcare products, sometimes you will see it's a lab technician, or sometimes the doctors, they communicate regarding the values or unique value proposition of your product and services or your offering. So very important thing is like, who is the person who is communicating the message. So selecting the message source. Is it a celebrity? Is a brand, will be the brand ambassador? Or so you need to take the decision regarding this. So the 5 steps in developing the effective marketing communication: identify the target segment, then communication objective. We'll talk more about the communication objective in the next slide, when we will talk about the advertising in detail. Then designing the message. That was a very important concept. We have seen the role of AIDA model, and the responses has to be based on persuasion and the different objectives. Then choosing the right media. It's a kind of non-personal communication, or is it a personal communication, depending on the resources which the firm has, depending on the kind of manpower you have, depending on the resources, manpower, and other activities, other various active sort of external factors. You will choose which media will be appropriate for your for communicating your product and services to the market. And finally, who will be the person who will communicate this source. So the 5 steps are very, very important in developing the marketing communication strategy, or developing the marketing or IMC strategy related to the IMC. So after understanding this, I wanted to, now I'm closing this one, and we can have a small discussion regarding, is there any issue, or is there anything which you would like to share, which you would like to add in this communication, in this conversation. You are allowed to ask anything if it is not clear regarding what is IMC, what are the different promotional tools, and what are the steps which are involved in crafting a very good IMC strategy. We have seen just now 5 steps. 5 steps, 5 promotional tools, and the concept of IMC. Let me repeat, IMC is defined as a marketing mix element. So broadly, it is a promotion, right? We are talking about the promotion. It's one of the important piece in marketing, promotion, but broadly nowadays we are discussing about IMC. It's an integrated marketing communication. So idea is to integrate all the communication channel. It's not only 1 or 2 channel, all the channel through which the company is communicating with the customer. Idea is to integrate all the communication channel, so that more and more customer values can be generated. Customer will be more satisfied at the end of the day. So the IMC is broadly defined as a marketing mix element used to inform, persuade, and remind people or the customer about the company or organization or its product and services. So it's up to you now. You can ask any doubt if you have, or you just try to have like a little bit like more discussion. I wanted to have some of you can speak and add something in this discussion. So now I'm putting everyone and unmute. Go one by one. Oh my God! Again, there is a background noise, so I put you on unmute, so you can Mute it, or you can unmute it and then speak. Or if you want to add, like, you can use the chat box and do a little bit communication. Oh, okay. There is a one communication here. When the assignment 1 marks will be out, right? Assignment 1 is the quiz, right? Then assignment 2 is your individual project, and the assignment 3 is your group project, and finally you have the internal exam. So if you're asking about like quiz 1 already over, so I'm sure like you will be able to see your marks in all quiz and total marks, right? Okay, regarding the report, as I said, like when is the deadline? Yes, this Sunday, right? 12th of April is the deadline. Yes, I can write 12th is the deadline. So what I will do is, once I will, let me communicate to everyone. Yes, everyone, please keep this one in mind, that 12th is the Sunday and that is the deadline. You need to put your individual report on the Turnitin without fail. Don't exceed it to the next day, saying that, putting some of the reasons that you face some problem, internet issues, technical. Try to avoid all this thing, right? Because already I extended to 2 days. It was initially 10th of Friday, but I, on your request, I extended to another 2 days. So I'm happy to with go ahead with your expectation. So 12th is the deadline. So just try to what I suggested, like to you to put it a bit earlier so that you can see that the percentage of plagiarism in your report, and if it is exceeding what is more than 20 or 25%, try to reframe some of the sentences. You will get a good marks. Otherwise, in the case of a higher percentage of plagiarism, whatever the resources or whatever the content you are coming up with, still it will attract a bit lesser marks. So everyone, I'm suggesting you do it, upload it somewhere on 10th and see the report, or by 10th or 11th, and within 1 day try to improve, and finally you submit it in the 12th. As many as times you can do it, it's not a problem, it's totally free for you. So just do it and just try to improve your work day by day. So the deadline is 12th, so I'm assuming that within a week, because we have the vacation, right? Even I'm taking classes at new space, and there is an extended 1 week vacation over there. So nobody will be there before the 4th of May. So probably I will try to give you the feedback and the marks within a week. So probably the 19th of April, I'm expecting that I will provide you with the feedback, your marks. Is that clear? Is that clear? Okay, it's clear.
Yes, everything's
Okay.
clear, sir.
One more thing, since we little bit we diverted, so it's important to see here. Okay, is the group 1 everybody is here?
Hello?
Group 1, everybody is here, all the 3?
Sir, I have a question.
Yes, group 1 here.
Wait, somebody is saying that he has some question, right? Please ask.
Like when we have to submit the report, the individual report.
Our individual report is the 12th of April is the deadline, Sunday, just now I said.
So, like at the end of this week.
Yes, 12th is this week. Before, yeah, try to submit it by midnight.
So, yeah,
yeah, sure. So can I just send the draft of the report or?
Yes, you can send it to me. I will provide you some feedback, initial feedback, and then you improve it. And then you need to submit it finally on the Turnitin, not to me. That keep in mind. You should not send me through the mail and say that I have done my work. No, you should submit it through the Turnitin. Let me show you where is the Turnitin. I think it's
Yeah,
important.
I know that. I know
Okay,
that.
if you know, everybody knows. I'm really happy that you know that where to submit, because sending it to me is not the institutional right thing. You need to submit it over there. Is that clear? Is that clear? 12th is the deadline. Okay. Okay. I was going through the group one. Since we are approaching towards ending with the individual project, very soon we have to start the group situational analysis report. We have to start working from this week onwards. I mean, from next Monday, you are supposed to work on this situational analysis report. So I'm assuming that group one is okay with to go ahead with this one. So group one, all three members, are you okay with? All right? Can you just
Yes.
yes, okay. Group two, Wang, G, and Stephen, are you there? Any one of you, are you there?
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. So is it okay to go ahead with this group?
Yeah, yeah. It's all right.
Okay, thank you. Group three, Enoch, Sahid, and Moeke. I'm sorry if I'm unable to pronounce it properly, but group three, are you okay with this group, all three members?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, we are here, sir.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just from this Monday, coming Monday, you start working. You must have some sort of online discussion. Maybe you can download the Zoom. Zoom is free, right? You can set your own conferences or the meeting through the Zoom or maybe other medias, and maybe the Skype or through the mobile communication. You just communicate each other to each other and then proceed, like divide your work and proceed. It's a group assignment project, so we are expecting more quality of output. So the idea is to have a better in compared to the individual report. The group analysis report should cover a greater in-depth analysis, critical analysis. That's why you are working with three. So expectation has to be more. Group four, all the three members are here.
Yeah.
Chang, Gordon, and Wong. Are you here?
Yes.
And are you willing to add Jara in your team, group four?
Yeah, it's fine.
So the group four will be having 4 members now. Keep that one in mind.
Yeah.
Jara, are you here?
Sierra is here.
Okay. So, okay, because we have 6 remaining. So I want the remaining 6. You see at the down, we have 6 members who are not allocated in any of the group. So I want 6 members just divide into 2 groups. So only one was like extra. So it's okay to go ahead with the 4 members in group 4 only. The remaining group has to be 3-3. So group 5, I want any volunteer who, or is there any decision regarding who will be the group 5 and group 6? Did you decide? The remaining 6 who are at the bottom? Chan, Mans, Shuzan, Fana, and Donemala, and Jew. All 6 students who are not in any of the group, I request you to just divide in 3 and 3. So make a group for 3 members in each, and just let me know. Maybe within 1 or 2 days, can you are you able to send it to me that you have formed the group? Yes or no? Hello? Anybody is there from group? Okay, I think you need some time. It seems like yes. Okay, you are here, but okay. So you just form the group and just let me know by through the email. You know my email, so you can communicate to me and just let me know who are in the group 5 and group 6. So I want 3 members in the group 5 and 3 members in the group 6. I wanted to confirm this one within this week. So please talk to others and just select, or even after this like today's class, after that also you can talk to each other and just let me know through the mail or over here. But just let me know who are in the members of in the group 5 and group 6. Okay, thank you. Is there anything in the chat box? Can I send you the mail? Yeah. It's okay. Sometimes it happens that communication is not delivered. So it's okay. You are allowed to ask as many times, but be careful. That is only the thing. If I'm repeating anything, just try to give a kind of focus. Otherwise, it's fine. So let me move further where we were. Okay. Is there any doubt in the slide, or should we move further?
We can move on, sir.
Okay. So we started with understanding the IMC with the objectives, the broader promotion tools. We'll cover now this one by one. The different steps in the IMC. Okay. So the promotion mix, marketing mix, we have extended 7 P's, right? Now we are talking about the promotion mix. Why it is promotion mix? Because the different communication channel we are going to talk. So how to define a promotion mix? It is a specific blend of advertising, public relation, personal selling, direct marketing, or the online marketing tools that company uses to persuade or communicate customer values and build the customer relationship. Okay. So these are the 5 major promotion tools we'll cover. So let's go through one by one. So we'll start with the advertising first, then we'll move the others one by one. So how to define advertising? Any paid form of non-personal presentation or the promotion of ideas, goods, or the services by an identified sponsor. Because the paid form, it is a paid form because the company has to pay money in order to use this media or mode of communication, but it is a non-personal presentation. It's not one-to-one. It's an indirect communication. That's why it is a non-personal in nature. And you can sell your ideas, promote your ideas, goods, services, whatever, through the advertising. Over here, you see the broadly it is one left side it is a positive and negative, the right side it is the negative about the advertising. So what are the strengths of the advertising and what are the weaknesses? So strengths are, it helps in creating awareness, reach. In terms of reach, can reach masses of geographically diverse or dispersed customer. Very true. The frequency is enables repeated masses, so you can you know that advertising repeat each at interval of each hour or each day. So frequency is like the form is enabled to do it again and again. So that is a kind of positive. Customer may view the product advertised as more legitimate kind of ownership. This belongs to only you. They may believe that this unique proposition is what only you as a firm is offering. So it's going to give you kind of ownership, legitimacy. The impact is like again high because of the mass reach to the mass people, and it's a creative flexibility and expression of, it gives a kind of freedom of expression. You need to be, you can be a more creative and to any extent. So these are some of the positive factors of the advertising. But what about the negative one? It needs lots of planning and the cost. It's a paid form, we have seen. So for each and every time you need to pay money in order to advertise. So the production to the measurement can be costly and may need a long lead time. Sometimes if you wanted to showcase your advertisement in some of the specific events like World Cup cricket or maybe the football, so it could be you need to wait for a long time or long, so something like that. Sometimes it depends. If clutter is, sometimes it could be a messy sort of thing. Or flattening message means again it's a kind of some sort of distortion in your, it's a one-way communication, it's not a two-way. And the environmental influence, I think this point is again very, very important. It's a negative side. What is environmental influence? Some of the advertising, they pursued you to, you know, to consume more and more, irrespective of taking consideration of the ecological balances. So you need to be careful in terms of identifying who are the firm whose advertising leads to damaging the social issues or environmental concerns. So sometimes forcefully the advertising forcefully pursued you to engage in in those activities which is not really good for the ecological balances. I think what I wanted to say is clear. And the waste of unintended audiences. Sometimes if you remember, the first stage was like, while crafting the strategy, the first stage is choosing the right segment, right target market. So if suppose you have not chosen the right audience, so what will happen? It's if they are not intended to buy, they are not intended to be a right customer or audience, means it will not lead to any further buying. Then it will be a totally waste of your time, waste of your money, resources, everything. So this is like for the advertising plus and minus. Okay, this point is again very important. As I said, communication objectives could be a broader many, but advertising broadly, the advertising objectives are informative, persuasive, or reminder, or a reinforcement. Maybe we can go one by one. So what is informative? It creates awareness of the brands, products, services, and the ideas. It announces new product and the programs and can educate people about the attitude and the benefits of the new or the established product. So it's informative. We have seen in one of the advertising at the beginning. The second one is persuasive. We have seen in the case of insurance product, it tries to convince customer that a company's service or products are the best or unique. And it works to alter the perception, modify the attitude, or enhance the image of the company product and services. So its goal is to influence the consumer or the prospect to take the action towards buying the product and switch the brand sometimes, or try a new product, or remain loyal to the current or existing brand. So that is the persuasive. The third one is reminder advertising. It reminds people about the need for a product or the services, or the features or the benefits it will provide when they purchase the product promptly. So it's a kind of reminder sort of thing. And the fourth objective is reinforcement. We have seen in one of the non-smoking kills, right? One of the ad. It's a kind of reinforcement of ideas, right? So reinforcement advertising intended to reassure purchases, to tell them that they have to do what they have to do, what they have done right, or they have done the right thing in buying and the particular product. So sometimes you wanted to reinforce in order to build the confidence in the customer that you purchase the right product. So that confidence you're trying to build up in the consumer, so that they can you can convert them into the repeated purchases. So it's a kind of telling them that you have done the right thing in buying our company product, and you are explaining how to get the best result and most satisfaction from its use. So the purpose of the reinforcement advertising is to maintain the market share. So you want it to have your, to keep your loyal customer. So that is the kind of different objectives of advertising. We have seen this, the AIDA model, awareness. So idea is the advertising should lead to create awareness, interest in buying, desire in purchasing, and action in terms of buying or post-purchase behavior, or maybe in terms of idea for suggesting how to improve the product and services. So whatever objective you have, it should cater it should meet those objectives. So the IADA model is well-known model, and it is applicable across different management stream as well. So this model is a blueprint that marketers use to help consumer pass through the purchasing funnel, the journey that consumer take from the time they first become aware of the product and to the time of purchase. So awareness should lead to interest, interest should lead to desire, and the desire should lead to the purchasing action. So that is known as, also this model is known as the purchasing funnel. The purchasing funnel, the first activity is creating awareness, that should lead to interest, that should lead to desire, and finally purchasing or buying behavior. That is the action. So that is the purchasing funnel. So we understood the importance of this model, especially in the advertising. And this is the responses. Like I suggested you that we will cover the emotional response or the rational response. Over here we have a good example. So this is the rational appeal kind of. You see one example is, as a part of their more for the less strategy, Hyundai stresses their award-winning quality. So what messages they have crafted in order to communicate to the customer? The award-winning quality, and they have, you see it is mentioned here, the Hyundai i30 Active, Australia's best-selling best small car for the 6th time. You see, they are trying to appeal, and on the what basis? It's an emotional appeal? No, it's a rational appeal. It's a calculative decision, because he has the company, the i30 model of Hyundai has been awarded 6th time the best-selling small car in Australia. So they're just trying to reinforce this message in the mind of customer. So it's a on the basis of this, the customer can take a rational decision of buying. It's not an emotional or other decision. It's a rational decision based on the pure facts, based on the information, facts, and figures. So the example is a example of the rational appeal. Okay, over here you have the emotional appeal. Right, emotional appeal, like you are able to, the company try to match. You see the mess. What is the message here? Smell our golden aroma. So think about it. Smell our golden aroma. It captures, it tries to relate with your lifestyle, your attitude, views, your beliefs, your standard of living. So it's trying to capture. It's a kind of emotional appeal through crafting carefully the masses of the advertising. That is the emotional appeal. So it could be a rational appeal, it could be an emotional appeal. So, okay, selecting the advertising media. So we are still continuing with the advertising. You need to select some of the media, like which media, advertising media. So you can have a kind of online, or you can think about broadcasting, or maybe the radio, or maybe the television. So that is the choosing among the main media types. So whatever the ability you have, which one you wanted to choose. So deciding on the reach, frequency, and the impact, choosing among the which type of media, selecting a specific media vehicle, and then finally deciding the media timing. What are the frequency, how frequently you wanted your advertising to appear in front of in the television or in the radio or in the FM. So whatever channel media you are, communication media you are selecting. So that is again an important decision. And finally, evaluating the advertising effectiveness or ROI, return on investment, or return on advertising, ROA. But it's very difficult in actual. It's very difficult to measure the effectiveness of advertising. So the return on advertising investment is the net return on the advertising investment divided by the total cost of advertising investment. This is one of the formula you can use it in order to see the effectiveness of your advertising or IMC. But although it's very difficult to measure the effectiveness. So we understood the different the definition, the plus and minus, positive and strength and weaknesses of the advertising, different objectives, how to craft the message for the advertising, and the appeal in terms of rational or the emotional, and finally the choosing the different media's decision and evaluating the performance or the effectiveness of the advertising. Now we are moving to the second one, sales promotion. Broadly, it is defined as a collection of incentive tools, mostly the short term. Keep in mind, the promotion activities is only for the short term, designed to stimulate quicker or greater purchase of the particular product or services by consumer or the trade. So the important thing is, it is a kind of incentive tool. The focus is on the short term, and you wanted to have a quicker response, quicker purchase, or the greater purchase in the short term. So keeping those objectives in mind, your firm may decide to go ahead with the sales promotion activities instead of advertising or other tools. So what are the different methods, techniques you have available? Either you can provide some samples, free samples, some coupons, cash refunds. If you're buying in a packs, there will be some sort of discount or some more value addition, some extra in the value in the bigger pack. The premium product, if you're buying some sort of rebate on advertising facilities, point of purchase. If you're buying this point of this time at this point of or this location, you will get something extra, and through the some sort of contests, events, and all. So these are the some of the tools of the sales promotion activities. And I'm sure, like most of you, quite familiar with some of these tools, these techniques. Okay. So what are the strengths and what are the weaknesses of sales promotion then? Talking about the strength, it attracts attention. Yes, of course, because something is in the discount or it's a free as a sample, or they're trying to test you by giving us free products and services for a trial period and all. It attracts attention, right? You just wanted to, even you are not loyal to the company brand and existing product and services, you wanted to make sure that you wanted to have just a try for the trial period. And then incentive induce the consumer to act. So maybe the incentives leads to purchasing behavior. It encourages the going through the testing or the trial, quick responses. It creates a goodwill to some extent. Yes, it's easier to measure because you know how many people visited to your shop, how many have done the testing, how many enrolled for the feedback, how many enrolled for the trial. So it's easy to measure the effectiveness of the sales promotion activities. Whereas, what are the negative, or what are the strengths or the weaknesses of this communication technique? It's a limited scalability. Scalability in it is a term, means are you ready to make it applicable for the larger audience? Really not in the case of sales promotion. So if suppose you have come up with around 1,000 sample kits, right, for the trial, but if suppose suddenly on a particular day, because of some other factors and all, suddenly you notice that, oh, it's not only 1,000, it's more than 10,000 public they are gathered at that field or at that place. So you have the limited scalability. You can't go ahead with the all 10,000. Instead of, you have the limited capacity of 1,000 kids. So it's a limited one in that sense. Yes, it's a short-term effectiveness. You can't generalize your findings. If suppose you saw that the responses were very good from the customer in terms of the taste or buying behavior or their intention of buying. If you found in the sales promotion activities for duration of 4 hours, everything was positive, but you can't rely. You can't make a long-term decision because it's a short-term effectiveness activities. It can create a price-sensitive customer. So yes, chances are there, maybe not every customer or every prospect approach to your stall or at your shop. Only the price-sensitive customers, sometimes they will get more attraction. It can be costly, right? Because the company, it's something which is like at the cost of, it's a kind of relief, it's a kind of debate, or it's kind of discount. So it costs, right? It can be costly if you are assuming to have a trial period for a broader span of time, or you're trying to provide the kit for long as many as, so it can be a costly, right? It may affect the brand image and the brand equity to some extent, because the initial feedback or responses, if not good, maybe you have to drop that idea, or maybe you can think about adding more values, more features, or more designing, or altering some of the design, altering some of the materials, so that it looks more tangible, right, in terms of qualities and standards. So it can lead to, and stocks issues also there. Sales promotion, you can't store it, like it's a kind of stock issue is there, like it's not actually the company activities for a longer period of time. It's a short period of time. So those issues are there in the sales promotion. Okay. Is there any doubt till this point? Is there anything we have covered in detail? Advertising and sales promotion. Is everything clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's clear, yeah.
So broadly, we are trying to understand 5 major promotion tools. Advertising, sales promotion we have covered till now. Now we'll discuss about personal selling, public relation, and direct marketing. Okay, let's go through the third one is the about public relation. It involves building a good relation with the company's various publics or various stakeholders by obtaining favorable publicity, building up a good corporate images, and handling or heading off unfavorable rumors, stories, and events. The public relation or public relation activities are very, very important, very, very crucial, and most often it's a company top management who are actually involved in conducting press release or special events, or they're involved in sponsoring. So why this activities is very, very important. This is a very important mode of communication. Think about the collateral damages. If company they face some illegal issues, or maybe it suddenly suppose some hazard happened, or something went wrong in the company manufacturing unit. So the company top executive they form the press release in order to control in order to minimize that collateral damages. They try to save the image, the brand image of the company. So most of the time, the press release or press relations are like where they communicate to their shareholders regarding how the firm is performing, and investor and other stakeholders, even their consumer and customer and the client, loyal customers. So if they try to communicate through this public relation. So sometimes they try to avoid unfavorable stories about the company, and they try to communicate that how to what extent the company are transparent in their activities in order to maintain the sustainability issues nowadays. So those issues are very, very important. So the company, they try to communicate to all the stakeholders through this mode of communication, that is public relation. So the different objectives could be, or the tools are press relations, investor relations, lobbying, public affair, and product publicity. So there could be the different objectives. So of the public relation meeting or public relation or press release, there could be a different one. Whenever company, they like Microsoft, or might be the Facebook or the Coca-Cola or any of the cosmetic firm, whenever they introduce new product and services, they generally communicate this one by organizing a press release. They emphasize their what this product is unique, why this product is unique, what additional features they have added in the Windows operating 7, 11 instead of 10. So they communicate all those things through the press release or through these activities. You have certain like links here where you can later on you can watch. Some of the links are there on the YouTube. Maybe the Airbnb, we can see this one, right? Wait, let me open both the videos.
I've always loved.
Okay, so let me close the previous one. Yeah. So 2 videos on the public relation. This is Airbnb. You know that firm in hospitality? This is the second one.
I've always loved the natural environment. I've loved being outdoors. It's not often that you get to work with some of Australia's most threatened species. Hi, I'm Helen. I'm from Arid Recovery, and this is our story. Essentially, we are restoring a little piece of the arid zone in Outback, South Australia. Arid Recovery, the initiative started back in 1997.
It was born from the Environmental Department of the mine.
Arid Recovery's primary goal was to remove feral animals from an exposure area.
You can count on one hand the amount of predators that have been inside the fence since it was built.
To date, we've been able to reintroduce 4 species.
7.7. You have your saying this.
The whole point of having it straddling a mining lease was to demonstrate that you can have mining side by side with conservation.
We don't want to lock away land. We want to teach people about the value of that land. I believe in what's happening out here.
So we have seen as a part of the story, they were trying to communicate something regarding their brand image, regarding their company image and all, right? So that is a public relation functions. And then, okay. The fourth one is personal selling. This mode of communication is a two-way communication, as I said. It's a, how could you define personal selling? It is a personal presentation by the business sales force for the purpose of making sales and building the customer relationship. The product below is the best sold is to the buyers through the personal selling. So as I said at the beginning that if you have a very complex product to sell, right? Probably mass communication is not suitable because not everyone is there to buy your product. Or sales promotion is not going to work, right? Because you're trying to sell a high-end product, right? With the high complex nature of the product. For example, the airline, right? The Boeing, right? You can't sell it through the other mode of communication because the customer, they are willing to understand each and every attributes, each and every product design, standards of materials, security features, the costing. There are whole lots of stuff which need to take care into the consideration before buying this product, right? So what is the best form of communication? It's a personal selling. So what exactly the salesperson does here? A company executive, marketing officer, or marketing chief or C-level of marketing, C-level executive of marketing executive, they send somebody who are expert in demonstrating the everything about the every unique features and every unique proposition of all the benefits, and can provide a kind of balancing of the between the benefits and how much the cost they are paying. So they try to persuade the customer or the client so that they can buy this sort of product. And the negotiation, right? There are other like negotiation strategy is very, very important in the personal selling, because the both party has to it could be a kind of accommodating, or it can be a kind of win-win situation, or maybe the zero-sum game. So that negotiation part is very, very important in the personal selling. So the most company, they provide continuing sales training via seminar, sales meeting, and the web learning throughout the salesperson career. The main role of the linking the company to its product and all. So yes, through the personal selling, it's not only the one-time purchase. It's not like somebody demonstrated the product and convinced you on their product, and you bought the transformer or the railway engine sort of thing, and it's not only the communication has stopped simply buying the product or the sales has finished. After that, there are a lot of activities are involved in terms of the after sales services, and frequently or time to time training to the other employees of the firm which bought the product and services. So it's all about the personal selling. So all those activities are again a part of the personal selling. So this one is, as I said, it's a two-way communication, and this is very, very effective way of building this mechanism, or this strategy is very effective in terms of building a kind of relationships, right? We will not cover much about customer relationship management, but as a whole, you need to understand the importance of CRM, customer relationship management, because you need to not only like make the first time consumer or customer, you need to retain those one, you need to convert those into the loyal customers, so that finally they can convert, they can buy again and again, and they can spread the word of mouth, because only the loyal customer only can spread the word of mouth. They can convince five more people regarding the good or benefits of your product and services. So the personal selling, where you have the chances to build those relationships in very, very effective manner. So the sales force itself is a kind of image of the firm itself, right? So they need to be very, very careful in terms of what communication, to what extent the kind of promises he is doing, to what extent. They should not promise something which is not, the company is not able to like provide in the long run. So they need to be very, very careful. This is Salesforce team. And finally, the fifth one is direct and digital marketing. So it is a direct marketing, since now it's online, so we use the word digital or the online marketing. So the direct marketing, what exactly is that? It consists of connecting directly with the carefully targeted individual consumer, both to obtain immediate response in terms of purchases or to cultivate lasting customer relationship. So the direct marketing firms, nowadays there are firms who are having expertise on direct marketing. So it's a carefully catering to a specific targeted consumer. It's not, they suppose they they write an email to initial 1,000 doctors. If any health industry, if they're trying to come up with some specific drugs, they wanted to communicate not the whole lot of range of doctors, right? Carefully they will select 1,000 customers carefully, and they will try to convince them regarding the features of the product and how, to what extent that drugs can lead to inhaling or making the patient cure and all, right? So it is a carefully targeted communication, and of course you are looking for immediate response. That's why you are only crafting or thinking to communicate only those specific target segment at the beginning. So company use the direct marketing to tailor their offers and content to need and interest of the narrowly defined segment or individual buyers. In this way, they build the customer engagement, brand community, and the sales. The idea is to not only the sales the product, kind of building, enhancing the brand image, customer engagement, building a customer relationship, and even the brand community. So nowadays we talk about the digital marketing. It entails the interacting with known customer, right, and others in the marketing channel on a one-to-one basis using the electronic network tools, technologies ranging from the internet to the mobile phone networks. So we know that because of the enhancement of the technology, the different channels are, range of channels, thousands of different platforms, social platforms are available where you can communicate to the customer. So, but this marketing, this mode of communication tool has become one of the fastest growing form of marketing communication. So nowadays, more and more companies, they are using this channel, digital marketing, communicating through the especially catered segment on the Facebook, Twitter, or maybe through the other a range of other platforms. They try to communicate, right? What are the benefits and the what are the benefits of the buyers and what are the benefits for the sellers? I think this is a win-win situation where both buyers and sellers has a kind of happiness, right? In terms of getting a win-win situation, both parties seems to be happy. What benefits the buyers they have because of the digital marketing? It's a convenience and immediate, customized marketing offer, two-way communication, individualized message, individualized incentive, individualized attention, right? Access to many product and comparative information. So if you're communicating with your catalog, you can communicate what competitors are offering and how your unique positions, how your value position is different and unique compared to competitors, what competitors are offering, and on top of that, what unique you are offering. So you have all the benefits of communicating this one to the customer. So ultimately, customers they are better informed, right? regarding all the benefits of the products and services. So what benefits the sellers have in the case of digital or direct marketing? Cost reduction. You're using the online channel of communication. No post is involved, no return envelopes are required, and it's not a mass communication, right? Where the advertising you have to pay money to the sponsors, right? You don't have to. It's a small segment, narrowly down segment you are targeting at the beginning through this direct marketing. So you are able to reduce the cost. And nowadays you can simply send the catalog to, especially in the case of 1,000 doctor, if you have their email addresses, you simply craft it and everything you communicate through the online. It doesn't cost much, so it's a cost reduction, even the time reduction. So tools to build the customer relationship. The customer will send you the feedback that I'm not interested in. You have again got a chance to communicate or persuade them in a better effective way. So it's a kind of two-way communication. So it's the automation of the communication automatically, right? It's a no need to have like one way is responding, another party is responding to that. So it's extended reach, enhanced conversion rate, right? The marketing, yeah, the conversion rate is relatively higher in compared to the mass marketing like the advertising and all. The conversion rate is higher. Why? Because you know whom you are communicating, right? More precisely, narrowly crafted message. You know each and every customer or prospect in whom you are communicating. So if they are not happy, you can add further discount, or you can add further some sort of benefits. So it's a kind of more, it can lead to the higher conversion rate. And then customized targeting based on data and increased retention. So that is the benefit, right? Once you sold your product to a particular client, again you can next time if you are upgrading your product, or if you're trying to add similar sort of, or maybe another diversified product line, you you can easily communicate, or you can easily approach to that client or the customer for the repeated purchasing. So it's a kind of increased retention. So these are like whole lots of the benefits for the buyers and the sellers in the case of direct and digital marketing. This slide talks about how do we evaluate direct and digital marketing results. So talking about the effectiveness of, we have seen the how to measure the effectiveness of IMC or the advertising. So how to see the effectiveness of the digital or marketing or online marketing? You can look back you can look at the sales lead generation. How many people out of 1,000, 200 responded, 200 has shown the interest. Out of 200, how many leads, how many has said that they are ready to go ahead with the kind of offering? So sales leads generation. So out of 1,000 is the sales lead. How many are like positive, in the favor 200? Out of that 200, how many requested for the trial version? So you have the proper monitoring of the numbers, and that is very, very important, right? You have created a database. Suppose each and every time you are involved in the direct marketing, right, activities, so each and every time you are catering to a unique group of people, unique group of customer. So by the end of 5 years or 10 years, you will have a very good database, right? So that database, it ultimately on the over period of long term, it will lead to a creation of a very good database. The third one is fulfillment of the responses. How many of them are happy? How many of them are ready to go ahead with that? So you can measure, right? All these things, like, yes, you responded them, and then again they have shown the next stage. So it's a kind of fulfillment of the responses. Product inquiries, how many of the queries you have handled regarding the product issues, quality issues and all. Sales response after selling, what response after sales response. So everything you can monitor. Profitability is very easy to measure. How many being sold, how many in the pipeline, right? So how much is the profitability or return on your, so it's easy to measure, right? And then return on investment, ROI, how many, like what is the sales figure divided by how much the total cost incurred in digital marketing, right? So nowadays, if you suppose you are not expert in doing the digital marketing, you can hire some third party. As I said, in the market, there are a whole range of the firms who has the expertise on the direct marketing or online or digital marketing. So you just hire those agencies, right? You pay some of the initial amount, and then finally, suppose they targeted 1,000 and that returned. So initially you paid 10 millions, and they converted the like into the prospect into sales, and you are able to sell out, suppose worth of 2 millions. So it's easy to like calculate return on investment. So 2 millions divided by initial investment, that is 10 million. So it's a kind of 20% of return on investment. So it's easy to monitor these performance figures. And very, very important is lifetime value, customer value, LCV, right? We understood this concept before as well. You're trying to project the lifetime value of a customer. So you're assuming that you turn your customer into the loyal customer, right? They are the loyal customer, so they will purchase over a period of next 40 years, 50 years, and apart from that, they can also communicate. They can spread the word of mouth, right? They can communicate to other 5 people or 5 to 7. The research data says that a satisfied customer will tell 5 to 7 people, right, about the good things about the product and services. Whereas one unsatisfied or dissatisfied customer will tell to 9 to 10 people regarding the negativity. So all these are the figures from the research. So in this case of the direct marketing, again, since you have the proper two-way kind of response from your customer from your database, from your client base, so you have a chances to build the loyalty, convert them into the loyalty, and then you can analyze the lifetime customer value of the particular client. So these are the different ways of seeing the effectiveness of your direct or digital or online marketing activity, right? Okay, here it goes. Learning activities. Okay, I think I have communicated to you regarding when is our next class. I think I have communicated to you on the Moodle, and let me repeat here. Our next class will be on 15th of April. I think it's better you can note it down over here. And I have communicated this one on the Moodle also, the rescheduling of the classes. You see in the announcement, it will be rescheduling of the classes. So please keep that one in mind. So on 15th of April, Wednesday, we have extended 1 hour. So it's a 2 to 5 p.m. Okay, let me put it in for everyone. Yes, check your chat box. And then we have on 22nd, again it is Wednesday, we have extended hour, that is 2 to 5. Why this is extended hour? Because we are not going to have any, like as I said, this Friday, we don't have any classes because of the holidays. Again, the next Friday, again, we don't have any 1 hour tutorial. So in order to incorporate these 2 hours, we have extended hour on 15th and extended hour on 24th. In between, we don't have any classes. So after today's classes, we have the next classes on 15th, and after that, 22nd. In between, there is no classes. Keep that one in mind. Go back here. I was talking about where we were. So the learning activities. Okay, so the learning activities, again, keep in mind, these learning activities are very, very important. This will help you to fill out some of the section in group assignment now. So you need to do it. It's very important. So in the learning objective, this is the case of Amazon, a particular product that is very famous, that is Alexia, right? So we will see that. We will use that product especially, and we will discuss about. So the 1 hour activity that is on 15th, right? So 2 to 4 we will have a normal class lecture, and 4 to 5 we will have a discussion on this one. So keep that one in mind. 4 to 5, 2 to 4 we will have normal classes on 15th Wednesday, and then 4 to 5 after 2 hours class, 4 to 5 1 hour extension extra, we will have a learning objective of this one, this week 7 learning objective.
Wait, sir, don't we have class this week Friday for April 10?
No, we don't have. That's why.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. My bad. Okay.
So the next class is on 15th and 22nd. In between, there is no classes. So till 22nd, you have only 2 classes now, on 15th and 22nd. Both are Wednesday, and you have extended 1 hour. So 2 to 4, instead of 2 to 4, you have 2 to 5 on each day, on 15th and 22nd. So we will do these activities on 15th now. This Amazon Alexia case, this activity we will do on 15th. So you have some some activities, some reading and some video to watch, but I will suggest you to read this regarding this product as much as you can. If I could remember one of the student who is working on Amazon, right? Okay, we'll see in the individual project. So this one is the class activity and this activity will be covered on 15th of Wednesday, right? Okay, small recap. What we understood in today's session. We started somewhere with understanding the IMC. As I said, IMC is a marketing mix element used to inform, persuade, or remind the customer about the organization, products, and services. So we started with understanding why IMC is important, then the different objectives of IMC, and then we have seen, we understood different steps, 5 steps which are involved in crafting the IMC related strategy. And the second part, we moved to the promotional mix, right? Promotional mix, we have seen the 5 main tools, promotional tools. So that started with we started with advertising. We have seen the strengths and weaknesses. We have seen how to different objectives of advertising in terms of informative, persuasive, reminder, or reinforcement. And then we move to the second one is the sales promotion. We have seen again the strengths and weaknesses of the sales promotion. Then followed by we have we analyze the public relation, importance of the public relation. And then personal selling, that is the 2-way of communication, and the chances of building a customer relationships are higher. And finally, we have we understood together the direct marketing. Another name is digital marketing or online marketing. We have seen in a bit more the digital marketing in terms of how to see the effectiveness, what are the benefits for buyers and sellers. Okay, I think this is all about the promotion. So what do you think? What is the progress in terms of our syllabus? Can anybody could you think about out of 7 P's, how many P's has been covered, right? I think in the lecture 4, we discussed about the product and services. That is 1 P, first P. In the lecture 5, we talked about pricing strategy. In the lecture 6, we covered the placement. Lecture 7, today's week 7, we covered the promotion activities. So I think the 4 major P's, right? 4 major P's: the product, price, promotion, and place. we have covered, isn't it? And I think we covered in one of the session, we covered in extensively regarding the services, regarding the 3 additional P's, that is the process, physical evidence, and people. Remember why that case study, we have a small case was there, the Singapore Airlines, known as the leader in the services, right? Well known for the services in the world. We have seen the importance of the people in terms of 40-30-30 rule, and we have seen the importance of the process and the physical evidence in terms of how to tangibilize the intangibles. So Singapore Airlines, if you could remember. So till date, what we have covered all the major marketing P's, or we have seen the importance of the relevance of the extended 7 P's of marketing, right? So lecture 7 is covered. So we have the remaining 6 lectures. So in the remaining 6 classes, we will talk about what we will cover. We'll talk about macro environment in terms of PESTEL, like political, legal, social, and other environment, technological environment. So we'll talk about how these environments are relevant in terms of marketing. One of the lecture will be totally based on the corporate strategy. We'll talk about the corporate vision, mission, strategy. We will have a top executive, what sort of decision they take in terms of corporate level, in terms of divisional level strategy, in terms of functional level strategy. So we'll see that one in one of the session. That is the lecture 9. Lecture 10 will cover about regarding the value proposition. We will come back again regarding the unique value proposition in bit detail. Lecture 11 will be all about the marketing research. We will see that how company they conduct, what are the stages which are involved in conducting a marketing research. We'll see in the depth analysis of in depth that one. Lecture 12 and 13 will be a kind of some of the review of the session, and lecture 13 will be all about letting you prepare for the exam. We'll talk about some of the pattern of the exams and all. So that we'll see after the break. So this week, after this, you have the extended holidays week, right? You have, I'm sure you will have a very few classes in the next 2 or 3 weeks. So it's extended holidays kind of thing. But what is important here is keep engage yourself in terms of working hard. This is the right time. You can have more and more time in sitting in a house. So no more physical loss of in terms of energy. So you have more energy to stay in the house, work, do your assignment, improve your do more practices, improve your existing knowledge, understanding, be logical, be more critical, read more article, more stuff. So it's all about you. If you can work properly, I'm sure you will be able to come up with a very good percentage of marks at the end of this in this module, I'm sure. Okay, regarding today's session, if you have any doubt, next 2-3 minutes we can handle those things. Recording is on, so I will again after this session I will upload this video, this recording on the YouTube, and I will share the link on the Moodle. In between, just keep yourself updated on through the Moodle announcement. Whenever I do any communication, I keep it under the announcement. So keep that one in mind. I have seen that one group has been already formed. Chung, Mansoon, Susan, and Alex. Are you 3 in the one group? Hello? Okay, they are saying they are in the, okay. All good, very good. So the remaining 3, I'm sure you don't have any choice, right? Can I assume that you will form a group? Okay, Just decide because you don't have any choice. So yes, thank you so much. Okay for that. And the remaining only 3 are remaining. So you are supposed to be in a group, right? You don't have any choice. So all the, how many groups now? 4 plus 2. So all the 6 groups are now confirmed. So I'm putting the all the 6 groups on the Moodle. I will update that. You start working, you start communicating. You group 6, you don't have any choice to think about who will be. So just start working. Anything else, or should I close the communication? Please ask.
Yeah, for the group, so we're now limited to just choose the brands from the from the file, right? Like only HelloFresh or McCafe. Are we limited to that, right?
Regarding the group member?
Yeah, not group member, but the choices of brands for the group report.
Oh, okay, for the group project, right? Choices of brands, right?
Yeah, so we'll only have to choose from the 6 or 7.
No. I have given you the list of one. You can choose from that.
Oh, okay. So
remember the list of marketing firm. Let me go through that.
Okay, because I was just reading from the group marketing report instructions. So I was just a little confused.
Okay, over there it's a little like not much information is there, but yes, let me go through this one. Where is that? It's a complete list. Report, individual report checklist. Where is the list? List of marketing. Yeah, I think it is there. Let me share with you. Everyone, you need to choose any of the firm from this list. I think it's a long list, right? List of marketing companies to follow or use for research. It's a, see, even you have some suggestive readings, some suggestive wavelength, right? That gives you kind of idea. So what you can do is like, you guys can pick up initial 1 or 2 firms or 3 firms, and then allow each and everyone to go through some of the more information, gather some more information, and then just make a consensus and come up with one final company. Is that clear?
Oh, okay. So we'll make up our own company with the.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. You 3 in a group. You first get familiar with 1 or 2 firms, like which is like you think that is like in your knowledge or in your similar domain, right? You feel comfortable, and then just have another round of meeting with other members, 2 members, and then finalize. Okay, just explore all the ideas from others, like are you able to work smoothly on this project or not?
Oh, okay.
In this particular brand or not?
Like, my member.
Yes.
Okay. My member has a question.
Yeah,
if
please.
It's okay to use one of, like, for example, they want to use McCafe instead. Okay. Is that all right?
No, McCafe is not there listed in this group, right?
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
that's
all this McCafe. Oh, what is the confusion here? I understand. I think there is a, see the McCafe, HelloFresh, City Beach, Kontiki, Johnny Walker, Vinomofo, Ford Ranger. All these are the part of class activities. We did already solved this one in the class, so we could not take any of this form.
Okay.
Since we did it together in the class, and so it's better to choose something else, right? So you have only the option of from these, how many groups? There are lots of forms. If suppose anyone is familiar with Nielsen or the consultancy firm like Deloitte, they can think about choosing this form. Try to stick with some of the forms which may provide both the combination of product and services that may give you more content.
All right. Okay, thank you.
Anything else? Was a good question. Thank you. Let me save the chat box for your attendance. That is done. And then I'm stopping the video. Okay, so happy Easter break. Stay safe. You must be safe, right? This week is a kind of peak time. So just stay safe, right? And once again, one more thing. This Friday, so every Friday, every Saturday, 6 to 8 is for you guys. I forgot to communicate this one to you. I think so. Saturday, 5 to 7 p.m. Saturday 5 to 7 p.m. Is been allocated to you for marketing. So if you have any doubt, each Saturday, not only this Saturday, every Saturday, whenever you face any difficulties, you just let me know through the email. I will, but you need to inform me that you wanted to have a kind of discussion. Even you can come up with the discussion with the group. So all the 3 members, you can join me at particular time through the same platform. I will be there to help you and assist you. Is that clear? Saturday 5 to 7. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
All good. Stay safe. Bye. Where is the stop?